It's unprecedented. I've never been through anything like it. See how the Horned Frogs do on the floor. The UCF Knights 0-6 in conference play. They started 8-0 this season. They've had several close games in conference action, however. They're a team that is just right there, including nearly taking down a ranked Baylor team over the weekend. Morgan Robinson Wagoo looking inside, and she finds backing in for a fadeaway Kyla Nagodu, who's not able to hit, but the rebound goes down to TCU, and then Caitlin Peterson strips it away and scores the bucket plus the foul as you look at the TCU starting lineup.
Just all of her games, she likes to pick the pocket there in the backcourt, so TCU's going to have to do a good job on that rebound of securing it and make sure to get it to the point guard.
Here's the lineup for UCF. Jewett, Peterson, Burns, Robinson, Wagoo, and Nagodu inside. Now for the Horned Frogs, they're playing without a true post right now, so don't expect any post presence. A quick cut to the hole and an easy bucket for Agnes Eminopu from Victoria Flores.
You know, with having so many injuries, you go from having somebody like Sedona Prince in the paint to now having Aaliyah Robertson is your starting five tonight. You know, they're going to play small, but they have the ability to really get up and down the floor.
And an illegal screen early on UCF as well. That is set by Maya Burns, the fifth-year senior, transfer from Georgia Southern in her second year with UCF, and a turnover on the Knights.
Another thing that TCU is going to have to do, they're going to have the momentum in their favor. You know, it's been a hard week, a hard couple of weeks for them. So, again, to be able to get back out on the floor and have an opportunity to play is really great.
Marumala Unya pops it out for Victoria Flores, has a wide open look at three and splashes it down. A 5-2 start for TCU. Flores, who can hit them from outside. 40% from three this season, making her first career start today. Robinson Wagoo for three, trying to respond. One of the best rebounding guards in the nation, Eminopu, brings it down. Running up the floor, nobody stops ball, and Jovanovic lays it home. A 7-0 run for the Horned Frogs.
I think it's going to be a team effort. You know, she is such a true scorer no matter, you know, what layer she's at. And so it's going to have to be a team effort for UCF to make tough shots without fouling.
Eminopu is fouled out of her last. Maya Burns, 84% at the line, knocks down both against Baylor last time out in three-point loss. So this five-out motion offense for TCU. Roberson from up top. Been known to do that this season, almost 10 threes a game.
You know, they are such a great three-point shooting team, you know, and they still have players on the floor who are all capable three-point shooters. So, you know, it's going to be really interesting tonight of how much they rely on that.
Layla Jewett gives it out.
We talked to Coach, and she said that they scout a lot often. You know, personnel is something that's really important to them. And so, you know, not knowing who's going to be on the floor, it's kind of tough to do that.
In the game for the first time for UCF is Ashol Akat, who missed the last game due to a coach's decision. But now Jovanovic down the right edge of the lane, able to shoulder away Akat. She's got 4 30-plus point games this season, but it's knocked away. Marumala Unya on the steal. On the break with Flores. Flores flies to the cup for two. It's a 10-point team. Is on for the first time, and she's guarding Peterson out front. Another hedge by Roberson. Pass to the wing for a drive by Jewett. Pulls up from the elbow and a smooth stroke for Layla.
Again, going left is where she really likes to get into that pull-up game, so we should see a lot of that today.
TCU has started out expertly. 2 7-0 runs. Roberson in the post for the first time. She gets them. Again, playing without Sedona Prince, of course, and then also without Jaden Owens or Madison Conner. The three-pointer off the mark by Jewett. On the rebound, it's a tie ball, and the possession arrow up 16-6 and with the ball. Again, 7 scholarship players available for this one. Agnes Eminopu already picked up 2 fouls. A big three by Sydney Harris. She's best at 86 threes as a freshman last year for Central Michigan.
Again, that fits right into what TCU likes to do, and she has such a quick release.
Down the right edge of the lane and laying it up, but no good. Peterson knocks down the first foul shot to UCF. It's on both. She'll try to keep the Knights in this one today, but what a start for TCU. Missing nary a shot. Another three put up by Sydney Harris. It down again. Back-to-back threes for the sophomore.
Again, once she gets going, she can really light them up.
Peterson inside. Got to guard her outside the line, and now UCF knows it. Matamala maneuvering left. Some pick and roll action for the first time, and Roberson.
Again, just having that connection, especially when somebody has the ball there at the free throw line, you've got to cut towards the basket for those little drop-off passes. You taking care of the ball is important.
Peterson pulls it out and knocks down the three. Roberson with the rebound. Jovanovic, the blow-by, and the pull-up. Doesn't go down. Rebound flicked around, and UCF has it. Here's where Peterson is at her best, going downhill to the cup for two.
Was trying to get some contact there from Una. Wasn't able to draw the foul, but again, finishing it for her team.
TCU blasting out of the gate, however. Clack thought about a three. Sydney Harris, 3 for 3 from outside. Peterson curling down the edge of the lane, knocked to the ground. Shot clock violation right as the tie ball was happening. No tie ball, shot clock violation. Some of these other players can learn from, including the freshman in Flores. Jovanovic backs it in and has her pocket picked by Peterson. Peterson against Matamala. Peterson off the glass and good. She's already got 11 in this one.
No matter what defense you throw at her, she's going to find a way to score.
5 seconds left in the quarter. Deep three from out top, just off the rim by Sydney Harris as she shot that one from the tee.
They've been playing in practice. They've been having opportunities again to come into this game, and so just coming out hot, wanting to kind of prove what's been going on and prove themselves.
Catching a three from up top by Peterson, who dominated the first quarter offensively for UCF with 11 points.
They just have a hump, just a small hump to get over, and it looks like they're working on it. They're getting better each game.
Peterson able to steal it away from Matamala and takes it coast to coast again.
Good decision there by Sydney Harris to just let her have it without fouling. Again, with such a short bench, you can't put yourself on the sideline with fouls.
TCU went up big early, leading by as many as 16. Great pass to Roberson inside. Flores. Catch and shoot. Peterson, I should say, pulls up on the three. Misses. Robinson Wagu with the rebound and quickly gets it inside to Kelly, who was challenged but grabs it back.
The second chance opportunities. That's how you get back into this game.
Back to the movement for TCU as they. Roberson back in for TCU. Eminopu is out. Roberson with 2 fouls. Eminopu has 2 fouls as well. Peterson had to get rid of it. Robinson Wagu to the cup and kisses it high off the glass. Get it going again after such a hot first quarter. Jovanovic on the take. Blocked on her way to the bucket by Maya Burns, and Jovanovic rotate outside to Peterson. Shows and goes into the lane. Peterson, a lot of contact with no call. Still 10 to shoot as the Knights come back up with it. Drive by Godbolt. Feeds it baseline. Maya Burns, open jumper. Matamala back out front. Flores, 18-footer. Roberson going after the rebound, but it falls down to Maya Burns, and the Knights can cut it to 4 or 3 if they're able to hit a triple. They're 1 of 6 from outside. TCU 5 of 9 from deep.
And everything is for Caitlin Peterson.
Everything. She goes baseline. Double. Quick kick out. Robinson Wagu throws it away. She was just too deep in the corner. In transition, Agnes Eminopu can't hit the three. Roberson the offside rebound though and scores it away. She was just too deep in the corner. In transition, Agnes Eminopu can't hit the three. Roberson the offside rebound though and scores it as TCU got off to a monstrous start in the first quarter. Peterson, future all-conference guard, gives it out to the corner. The three-pointer by Burns around and off. Matamala picks it away.
Again, execution is what's really going to get TCU back on the streak that they were on at the beginning of the game.
Matamala turns the corner all the way to the cup against Peterson. Basically, the portion right underneath the basket is the only place that's restricted now in women's college basketball. Flores. Wide open, tried to feed it inside to Roberson, but Maya Burns easily cuts it off. Burns with some numbers up the floor, flying through the lane. Maya Burns for 2. Flores gets doubled, out to Roberson, drives the lane. Jovanovic, nice rotation, wide open 3. Harris just off to the left, but that's a perfect offensive possession for TCU.
She's rushing, Harris is rushing her shot a little bit rather than stepping it into it and holding her follow through.
Harris getting her most playing time since coming over from Central Michigan. Had an injury earlier this season, and this
at 74.7%. They really do get to the line, and when they do get there, they knock them down.
4 of 7 this season. Godbolt, local kid from Orlando in high school, plus being a 3-time state champion on the basketball floor. Hits both, and it's a 4-point game. And before the turnover by Florida,
you know, it's not the end of the world. It's one turnover. UCF has to do a good job. They're within 4 right now, and so really starting on a break going into halftime.
Peterson gives it up to the corner. Maya Burns up and under on Harris. Burns hits it off the glass. It is a 2-point game. TCU looking to push. Manumala Unya from outside. Can't hit the shot, and a chance at the Knights have been on the comeback trail all evening. Started down by 16 in the first. And an offensive foul again on Maya Burns.
Another offensive foul here, setting screen.
Frustration for Satia Messer. Entry pass into Flores. 3 seconds, make it 2. Flores gets it off in time. Can't hit, but the TCU Horned Frogs snacking on some sunflowers or something like that. We get ready for the second half. UCF Knights outscored TCU going to the break 8-0. TCU turned it over 5 times in the last 5 minutes. And now Caitlin Peterson trying to get her team back to even for the first time since very early. Maya Burns backs her way in, and she's called for the travel. Emma Nopu with it. She has 3 fouls. Emma Nopu fakes the handoff, takes it inside, feeds it back around the outside, and it ends up with Flores with 5 to shoot. Little pick and slip action down to Roberson, who has 13 points.
That's how they came out in the first half, or first quarter, just really being patient on that pick and roll. The pick and roll offense is what they're used to. That's what they normally run, and so that's where they're most comfortable.
UCF shooting 41% in the first half. Nagodu didn't do much in the first half, but dumps it off for the cutting Maya Burns. She cuts to the glass and has 8 points in this game, trying to play through the foul trouble. And officially 3 fouls on Burns. I really did think she had 4, but evidently just 3. Manumala Unya out of the corner for 3, and she singes the strings. Tara Manumala Unya has 5. Peterson gets the screen. Another screen from Burns, and Peterson all the way to the cup. Man, Caitlin Peterson just so tough to guard.
Man, she just hop-stepped around Tara, who was coming there from that backside to try to help, because you've got to help. It's team defense against Caitlin Peterson.
Only 5 to shoot it. Jovanovic has an open look, and she cans it.
And as soon as somebody commits, you hit it, you go outside there to a 3-point shooter.
TCU struggled to hit threes in the second quarter. In the first, they were red hot. Here in the third, they're hot as well. Coming off the curl, Robinson.
Those are ones that you can't get back, but that you want back because, those can be the difference makers in the game.
A kick out, Jovanovic. Corner 3, fill it up.
And that's the second one in this quarter. Again, she's just stepping into that shot, just such in rhythm and coming off when the ball has already hit the paint.
Paint touches so big. And Jovanovic has a double-figure game for the 4th time this season. This UCF offense has just been stagnant here in the third quarter.
They really rely on Caitlin Peterson to get downhill like she is right there.
Swatted, though, by Roberson inside, and the rebound to Sydney Harris. And a technical has been called on Satia Messer, and she has to be held back.
I think she wanted a foul on Sydney Harris after the rebound. There was some contact there with Caitlin Peterson, who was on the ground.
Get another look here. Maybe after Agnes Eminopu tries these. No. Oh, yeah. On the follow-through, it looked like maybe Roberson hit Peterson. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's what she's upset about.
And so upset that the technical foul is picked up for Satia Messer.
But
first one of the game.
Sometimes when you see your head coach get fired up like that, really being behind you, that motivates you on the floor.
And we'll see if that's the case for UCF here on the road. They had fought back to make it a 2-point game multiple times. Now TCU growing their lead back to 9. Agnes Eminopu trying for the 5-point possession herself, but off the mark. Peterson, so great in the open floor. Stops on a dime. Her fadeaway doesn't go from 12. TCU ball.
So being able to come out here and showcase that is not hard.
Una Jovanovic on her way to the bucket, blows the bunny inside. The rebound tipped down, and Godbolt gets it out. Peterson transition triple over the top, and the rebound tracked down by Burns from the short corner. She hits. They only lost 2 games. A lot of people thought they would have been champions. Catch and shoot 3 in and out by Harris, looking for her 4th. Meanwhile, somewhere Dawn Staley hears that and disagrees with me vehemently. Baseline drive. Peterson, a player with 4 fouls, and then Agnes Eminopu also playing with 3. She only scored 2 of the 16 for UCF in the second. 1 for 2 trip this time around. 16 for the UCF star. A lot of time to go, and in transition, Roberson had it underneath but throws it away. Got caught too far underneath. Peterson in transition, gets Manumala Unya, puts it up, rolls it around and down, and 1 for Caitlin Peterson.
Or not, it would have been okay, but now you're giving her a 3-point opportunity.
15th leading scorer in the nation, misses on the free throw, but the offensive rebound to Ashella Cott, who is back in, and UCF has a chance to get even closer, only down by 4. Peterson gives it up, catch and shoot, triple. It is a 1-point game as Layla. Now for UCF. Manumala Unya, another open look. Kicks around and off. Close but no cigar. Knights bring it up, looking for the lead. Peterson to the glass. No basket, but she does go to the... But she'll have to play with 4 fouls right now. 2:36 left in the third. We are tied up.
Has been in the game, and so she's got to be aware, and her teammates have to be aware that they're going to have to rotate early.
For the first time in the second half, Jade Clack is on for the Horned Frogs. They've used every bit of their 7 available scholarship players without their big 3 and more in this game. Harris goes into the post for the first time. Can't hit the and one. Knocking down a ton of threes, and she was so good at the free throw line, 86% last year. Meanwhile, look who's going to come in for TCU at the next opportunity. As both of these free throws go down, it is TCU walk-on Sarah Sylvester, the volleyball player who walked on this week. The middle blocker gets her first action for the TCU Horned Frogs.
And she's getting a standing ovation. And, you know, coming from the volleyball team, she's in shape. You know, she's been working out there. She played 4 years of varsity basketball. And so she's coming ready to play. You know
they're going to attack her, though. The TCU in the zone look here trying to help if they can. With 10 to shoot, pass out to the corner, catch and shoot by Burns, and she knocks down a 3. UCF back in front. Again, she and these other walk-ons just walked through with the team today. Sylvester trying to do everything she can to help this team. Nice lob inside. Harris, and 1. She makes it count this time.
Victoria Flores has been putting the ball exactly where her post players need it, leading them there to the basket. Sydney Harris able to knock that one down, send herself to the free throw line and make up for the last.
That is a dime right there. You're absolutely right. We're tied up at 50. The 4th assist in this game for Flores. Coming of age story for Sydney Harris here in Fort Worth as she evens it up at 50. What a fun game. So many storylines in this one.
The energy in here is electric, especially when Sylvester got into the game.
Sarah Sylvester out of Marion High School in Livonia, Michigan. The walk-on from the volleyball team defending inside. Meanwhile, there's going to be an offensive foul against UCF, and Sydney Harris is fired up. TCU can play for the final shot, leading by 1 here at the end of the third quarter. Just a wild game. Flores looking for the hot Harris again. Instead, out to the corner. Sylvester blocked on her 3-point attempt. My goodness. This crowd knows exactly who they are. 1.2 to shoot. Ball out to Harris. Harris can't heave it in time to watch this game and to watch Sarah Sylvester, who played the end of the third quarter for the TCU Horned Frogs. Going into the 4th now, It's turned into a back-and-forth game. John Little alongside Jada Curtis. What's in store for this fourth quarter?
Again, energy. Both teams are going to sell out, trying to get their first win on UCF or their second win here in Big 12 for TCU.
UCF, another offensive rebound. That was not a problem early. It has been late, and 11-2 in second chance points in this game now for UCF. Peterson with 6 to shoot. Peterson into the lane. Agnes Eminopu picks up the foul.
Team defense there against Caitlin Peterson, but she's continuing to find herself at the free throw line.
She's a player when she transferred in from Indiana. She wanted the ball in her hand. She wanted to take the big shots. Satia Messer, the head coach, said, okay, you got it. And that's exactly what's happened this season because Coach Messer says, my word is my bond. I'm going to live by it.
And, you know, she's earned it. She's shown why the ball needs to be in her hands because she continues to produce every game.
A 1-point lead for UCF, 22 for Peterson. TCU trying to go inside Roberson. She was the last to touch it, evidently. She does not believe so. And the turnover here early in the fourth quarter gives it back to UCF with a 1-point lead. Peterson thought about it against Manumala-Unya. Wants the screen, whips it back inside, layup, blocked, but a foul. Roberson capable of stuffing it inside. 2-point lead for UCF. In the mouth with a 16-point lead in the first quarter. Looking for more points. On her way to the bucket, Agnes Eminopu can't hit inside, and UCF with another breakout. Layla Jewett into the lane and foul, the blocking foul on Victoria Flores. Largest lead of this game, and Jewett, an 86% foul shooter. Virginia's Bishop Ireton High School playing incredibly shorthanded. Madison Conner, the latest to fall victim to injury, an undisclosed one. Not sure how long she'll be out. Eminopu shows and goes into the lane against a double team, lays it in, a foul! Frustrating night for Satia Messer. But most of the time it's been the fouls on the offensive end. That 3 players on the floor right now who have 4 fouls apiece, in Jovanovic, Eminopu, and Roberson. So they've gone into the zone, and the skip out to Godbolt. She can't hold it. 4 fouls on the floor. Meanwhile, TCU playing shorthanded. Has 3 players on the floor right now with 4 fouls apiece. Victoria Flores, her first career start at point. Manumala-Unya goes inside. Roberson lets the skies clear for 2. It's a
to just gather herself and make sure she finishes that. Really good job.
Roberson has matched her career high. The 3rd time she's had 15 points in a game this season. Inside the paint, Robinson Wagu is able to skirt her way past. A 3 would tie it. Skip, Eminopu able to hold it. Manumala-Unya.
TCU's got to get some rotation. Nobody's cutting except for Roberson right there. That's how you score. You've got to cut to the basket.
Late in the shot clock now. And the ball hasn't been in Peterson's hands. The turnaround. What a roll for Maya Burns.
It's Burns who stepped up and hit those 15-foot jumpers.
They've been a great duo. 22 for Peterson, 17 for Burns. The lead is 3 again. Manumala-Unya downhill. This time she kisses it home. Peterson curls. Gives it up to Jewett. 7 to shoot. Jewett stumbles. Burns loses it. Flores trying to break out. Up to Jovanovic. Flores for the lead. Eminopu knocks it back up. And a good rebound by Kayela Ngodu to give it back to UCF with 2:18 to play.
Again, everybody standing up here in Schollmaier Arena cheering TCU on, just really wanting to see their success.
This is off of UCF. TCU basketball, back-to-back turnovers. So TCU basketball, Flores has had the chance to give TCU the lead each of the last 2 times up.
Patience and execution right here is what TCU needs.
Manumala-Unya on the crossover. Leaves it inside. Jovanovic fouled. Jovanovic for her career an excellent free throw shooter at 79%. This year, limited chances at the line, only 6 of 9. She'll have another to try to tie it up.
1:51 left in this game. Again, time and possession is going to be crucial. A freshman point guard here in Victoria Flores has to be aware of that.
We're tied up with 1:48 to play. Peterson gives it up again. Robinson Wagoo coming left. Dumps it inside, knocked away, down on the ground. Peterson unable to retain it. It's tied up, I believe. And the possession arrow is UCF's with 5 to shoot. This time Peterson on the inbound. Lobs it all the way up top to Maya Burns. Goes with 4. Picked! It's Flores! Flores for 2! TCU leads! Schollmaier is going crazy! So much heartbreak for UCF in conference play. Can they turn it around? .12 on the shot clock. Robinson Wagoo. They do get it back to Peterson. Peterson, hedge, turns right, gives it up. For the lead, the 3 is no good by Wagoo, and the rebound down to Roberson. Now, UCF does not have to foul. Game clock to shot clock difference is 14. TCU has timeouts, 3 of them, if they want them.
And execution here, they found success in the paint.
Manumala Unya trying to throw it up top. A steal by Peterson. Peterson falls down. Flores has it, trying to call time. No jump ball, and it's TCU ball. It is going to be in the front court. TCU advances it. Manumala Unya right in front of us. Into Agnes Emanopu, and she is hugged and fouled. The transfer from Stanford, having a career year. Now 3 of 4 at the line in this game.
If she knocks this one down, they have got to play straight up defense and not foul, especially on a 3-pointer.
2 enormous free throws. Into Peterson, 18 seconds left. Peterson picked up by Manumala Unya, doesn't give any ground. Out to the corner to Burns. Burns drives, layup no. Emanopu the foul as she grabs the rebound, and she is fouled, and more free throws for TCU with 8.6 to play.
Again, and for Emanopu to be the one to get that rebound, she is a monster on the glass, and again, did a really good job here on the offensive end for TCU, somewhat sealing the win with the last 2 free throws, able to extend the lead here.
And UCF is out of timeouts to try to advance it. Not tonight. TCU down to 7 healthy players on scholarship. Comes from behind in the 4th quarter to beat UCF.